Hey there, Roman Redbirds, it's Brigid again, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest changes I noticed in myself after studying abroad, and that's the increase in independence that I found. I went into the University of Limerick program not really knowing anyone. I had met a few girls from ILSTU a couple times, but beyond that, everyone was a stranger. Traveling across the Atlantic Ocean and arriving in a new country that I would live in for 4 months, not knowing anyone, was definitely intimidating. But I was determined to make the semester about myself, do everything that I dreamed of while I was abroad, while not doing anything that I didn't want to. And I knew that the responsibility of making that happen was on myself, and I couldn't rely on anyone else to make me happy and have those types of adventures that I wanted to do. So I knew that it was up to me to make things happen. My independence was tested right when I arrived at the UL campus and moved into my student apartment. Up until then, I had just lived in dorms, and I knew that living in an apartment was a lot more work. I had to grocery shop for myself, cook for myself, and make sure that the common areas of my apartment were clean. I also realized that among international students, everyone's situation was different. Many of the Europeans at UL were there on Erasmus, while there were quite a few people who came through third-party programs. I myself went on a direct exchange between UNL and ILSTU, and so I had to ensure that all the paperwork wasn't set in the beginning, and that all my ducks were in a row so that I could have a successful semester. And what I had to do didn't necessarily match up with what my roommates or friends had to do. The next step in my growth process was when I planned my first weekend trip for and by myself. I had been so used to traveling with friends and family or with school and having everything laid out and planned for me. And this was the first time that I really had to look into things like transportation and where to stay and what to do with that trip. It is for sure frustrating at some points, but also very rewarding when the trip turns out well. And I'll talk about a lot more about that trip in a later video. My little aha moment with independence came when I was traveling with two of my friends on a bus, and we were just sitting around talking, doing a silly little personality quiz, and both of them said how they thought my personality was so strong. And as a shy introvert, I had never really heard that about myself, but I was proud that they recognized all the hard work that I put into making the semester fun. Remember, Roman Redbirds, it's your time abroad, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Until next time, bye!